Yo, 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 yo. So it was good. So I wanted just to talk a little bit about Saturday. Saturday was June 20th because the 21st was Sunday, Father's Day,
Get ready
and
with both down.
Juneteenth, the 19th, of course, was Friday. So Saturday I got up with the fellas.
He's the one free for all the excitement.
We planned a day for us to get together and take the scooters out. This kind of came about. This was formulated, I feel like, starting on my birthday last year, August 4th, 2025. And I had a brunch down the Wharf. Invited some friends and family and so forth and so on. And me and Riri, we scooted down there to the Wharf. And when we left the brunch, we went to brunch at this spot called Limani down there on the Wharf for my birthday. So when we left, I was telling, people, that we scooted down there. Me and Riri scooted there, you know what I'm saying? Because, people was looking for parking and all types of shit. So we ain't really had to worry about that. Then my man Colton was like, man, for real, y'all scooted? Man, that shit sound kind of cool. So many, in so many words, he kind of never let it go since last August. Because he eventually was telling Travis, because Travis came, that, man, we should get scooters and fuck with the scooters. You know what I'm saying? And we could take the joints out and have some fun with them. So eventually, niggas took it serious. You know what I'm saying? Colton over the months, throughout the winter, he would just text me here and there and ask me about them. What kind did I get? What do I recommend? And so forth and so on. And I would tell him what I got, what not to get. And it all led up to this weekend. I think about over a month ago, Carlton and Travis ended up eventually getting their scooters. You know what I'm saying? They ended up getting them, having them in hand. And so we just had to plan a day for us to kind of get together and fuck with them, ride them around somewhere. So we kind of came up with this weekend. You know what I'm saying? We decided on June 20th, ultimately. And we picked the time of niggas agreed on 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be, too hot outside. Come on, man. Boom. There we go. Oh, nigga still got me. Wait for the sun to go down a little bit. Oh shit. Yeah, give me that, boy. We wanted to wait for the sun to go down a little bit, so we chose 6 o'clock. We met up downtown. I'm from DC for anybody that might be watching this that don't know me personally or whatever. But I live in DC. I met Colton and Travis downtown by Fifth and O, right on the block of Fifth and O, which was good because it's like right in the middle of everything. You know what I'm saying? From there, if you got a scooter and you down there by Fifth and O uptown, you can get to just about anywhere on the motherfucker. So I met them down there. I met them probably about 6:30, something like that. I was kind of in charge of deciding where we was gonna go because it was like an all fellas trip. So Riri didn't come. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to come though. She did want to come. I ain't gonna lie. But it was a fellas thing. Um, I had the task of deciding, all right, what we gonna do, da da da. And I was leaning towards Georgetown at first. I was leaning towards Georgetown, but I remember mentioning it to Riri in so many words. She's like, "Why would you go down Georgetown? Like what's down there?" You know what I'm saying? And we know Georgetown is Georgetown, so it's shit going on down Georgetown. But realistically, I feel like she had a point. Georgetown ain't what it used to be back in the day. It's just not. Um, it ain't the scene that it used to be. It's a lot of other parts of the city that's a lot more popping, to where you probably can have a little bit more fun. So I kind of, took heed to what she was saying, and then eventually, leading up to us getting together, I made the switch. Like, you know what, we either gonna fuck with a Wharf or Navy Yard or something like that. Plus, I know Colton kind of said he never really played the Navy Yard area since they kind of fixed it up. So, you know, that was kind of on my mind. So I was like, all right, bet. You know what? We can fuck with that. So we ended up going down to we met up, like I say, down Fifth and O. Boom, hopped on the scooters, probably pulled off around 6:45 because Travis and Carlton and was still kind of getting their scooters together. You know what I'm saying? They had the little. You got to have a lock for your scooter. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a lock for it, and typically the locks come with like a bag to put the lock in, and you attach the bag to the scooter. So they was out there trying to, you know, kind of figure that out, which I get it because when I first got my scooter, I had to figure all that shit out, how to properly attach my lock bag to the scooter to where it's comfortable for me to ride around with it like that, because you attach it pretty much to the handlebar. So I kind of helped them with that, and you know, we eventually hopped on the scooters and rolled out once we got that figured out. Our man Dominique, you know, I reached out to Dominique throughout the week to let him know what we had going on because we met up a month ago at Travis' house for his son's prom send-off. Dominique pulled up. We was just out there chilling and talking after the prom send-off. And by the way, that prom send-off was epic. You know what I'm saying? That jump was epic. It was a lot of shit going on. They had goats and shit out there. Had the motherfucking slingshots. Motherfucking police escort sent them off. They had the Corvette with the convertible doors. And, man, that shit was crazy. But nonetheless, after his son, you know, got sent off, we was out there chopping it up. And Dominique just happened to mention that, you know, he got an electric bike. So he showed us a picture of it. And so when we started planning this thing, you know, Carlton was like, man, hit up Damo. You know he got that bike. He might want to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And eventually, Damo, you know, he was with it. So we ended up, we ended up meeting up with Dominique. So what I decided on, you know, what we was gonna plan was we gonna go down towards the Wharf first. We gonna fuck with the Wharf, find a little spot down there somewhere, and then, you know, motherfucking, head to the Navy Yard. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, give me that bitch ass. Boom. Blow they motherfucking head off. Hold on. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, so, you know, Dominique was gonna meet us down there. He was gonna meet us down there at the Wharf or whatever. Here. So, you know, we scooted. Shit, it's fucking me up. So we scooted down southwest to meet up with Dominique. It was cool, you know what I'm saying? So it was like we pretty much went down 7th Street, you know what I'm saying? Went down 7th Street past Chinatown, past the Capital One Arena, and just a straight shot. The weather was nice. It was cool, you know what I'm saying? Niggas seemed to kind of know what they was doing on the scooters, you know what I'm saying? They kind of got a hang of it quick, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of worked out. We got down there. Dominique met up with us on the bike, and we went down to the Wharf, you know what I'm saying? Locked them joints up, locked the scooters up, and, you know, walked around. Just walked up and down the boardwalk a little bit first, you know what I'm saying? And, man, it was cool, man. We found a little spot on the boardwalk to take a nice little picture and shit. And eventually, we found a little outdoor bar. We found an outdoor bar at the end of the. Come on, man. Oh, he fucked me up. Found an outdoor bar at the end of the boardwalk to where we decided to get some drinks from. We got some shots. You know what I'm saying? It was just a cool feeling. It's always good to get up with the fellas. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't get up all the time, but we try to get up a little more consistently lately, especially mainly for fights. If it's a big fight, you know what I'm saying, going on, we typically get together and go to Travis' house to watch a big fight. But you know, we was out just funning. You know what I'm saying? Just living life. We older, but you know what I'm saying? We don't let that shit play in our head. You know what I'm saying? We out there living. So we fucked around on the boardwalk. Boom. Once we got our drinks from the place that we got the drinks from, which was the motherfuckers was expensive too. We all got double shots. The double shots came up to like $40 a piece for a double shot. Crazy. So we ended up going to uh, hopping on the scooters and heading over to Navy Yard. You know what I'm saying? The thing about where we chose to get our drinks from at the Wharf, it was kind of convenient because it wasn't the scooters. We parked the scooters not too far from that bar that we got the shots from. Boom. Left there, went back to the scooters, hopped on the scooters, headed over to the Navy Yard. But we decided to stop at a liquor store across the street from the baseball stadium, the National Stadium. Because we was like, man, these motherfucking drinks, if we going to try to get a little buzz, let's stop at the liquor store, get a little bottle or something. We can sip it out on the street before we fucking, you know, go into these clubs and get overcharged for low ass shots and shit. So we stopped at the liquor store. T went up in there, bought a little bottle of Patron, and shit, we was kind of rocking with that the rest of the night. You know what I'm saying? At this point, the sun's starting to go down. It's probably about 8:30 or something like that at this point. I don't know. I'm just kind of, you know, ballparking the time that it was. We ended up, once we got the drinks, we, you know what I'm saying, opened the bottle, riding around, sipping out the bottle, found a little container found a little part of Damo bike to where we can stash the bottle at. And while we riding, and we end up, you know, that's when we just started playing motherfucking the Navy Yard. Riding around, rode around to the bullpen. What I didn't know, Travis and them knew though, that Wale had a show down there at the Nationals stadium. You know what I'm saying? The baseball stadium. So it was a bunch of people down there. We ended up riding past the bullpen. The bullpen was packed. We toyed with the idea of going in. You know what I'm saying? The bullpen, for people that don't know, is like, it's this outdoor area across the street from the baseball stadium where they be,
Let's make this quick.
boom. Did somebody hit me? Okay. Yeah, where people go to and you can get drinks and party. They got a DJ. They listening to music and all type of shit. You know, nice little spot. We toyed with the idea of going in, but we didn't go in. You know what I'm saying? We didn't go in. We just kind of stayed on the scooters and was just chilling, riding around the neighborhood. Shane ended up showing up. You know what I'm saying? Shane didn't have a scooter. We was gonna mess around and try to find him one maybe he can rent. But when he showed up in the area, it wasn't really any available that was in the area for him to rent. You know what I'm saying? The thing about them scooters, because I used to rent them a lot when they first came out, the thing about them is you got to pick the right ones. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them scooters be slow as shit. They used to be fast when they very first came out. They used to like top out at 15 miles per hour, which is fast enough. You know what I'm saying? 15 miles an hour is a good speed for a scooter. But they eventually dropped the speed on them down to, you know, I think they kind of vary between the companies, but I think the faster ones go up to 12 miles per hour. Boom. The faster ones, faster rental scooters go to 12 miles an hour. The slower ones go up to 10 miles per hour. You know what I'm saying?
Let him get away.
So I tell people that if they thinking about renting something, I recommend renting the bikes. You can rent the electric bikes. They much faster than those scooters. You know what I'm saying? But there wasn't none of that shit around to rent by the time Shane showed up. So that was kind of like the problem. That was the problem. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying, we ended up just finding a bar to go to. And we kicked it outside for a minute. Then we found the little bar. We went to the Green Turtle just to get some drinks and kick it for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Okay, I got everything. We was in there chilling, man. It was just a good night, man. All in all, we ended up staying out till about, I ain't get back in the house till like 1 something in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Because once we got to the Green Turtle, we got some wings and drinks and was just chopping it up. Um, Eventually, it got late. We ended up calling it a night. Um, and, everybody went they own way. I think I got home probably like, I got home like at motherfucking 1:30 in the morning, some shit like that. This fifth and no, we hit the scooters and headed back uptown to where Travis and Colton parked at. And once we kind of got to the street to where they parked, I just kept going and headed home. I was literally a 10-minute scooter ride away from where they were. You know what I'm saying? From where they parked. So, you know, it was cool. Like I said, it was a nice night. Had a lot of fun. Um, can't wait to do it again. Hopefully we can get together before the summer over. But I mean, shit, you ain't gotta scoot in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? You can scoot all year round, long as it ain't cold as a brick outside. But yeah, man, we gonna try to make this a habit periodically. Pull the motherfucking scooters out and ride around town. You know what I'm saying? I think next time me and Damo was talking, we talking about probably hitting up Georgetown. Cause he kind of read my mind when we was texting. He was like, it crossed his mind to fuck with Georgetown too. And that was the first thought that I had in my head. Like I mentioned, to Riri kind of talk me out of it. But I think it was a good idea to do what we did because I think it was, for a first time hangout, it was a little more fun. There was more options to do the Wharf because the Wharf is next to the Navy Yard. But next time, I think we can meet up somewhere downtown and head over to Georgetown because they got a couple rooftop bars down there. They got the motherfucking the river down there, so you can go down there by the water. There's a bunch of restaurants and bars. They got this one rooftop bar I want niggas to fuck with. It's at this fancy hotel called the Rosewood. They got a restaurant there called the Wolfgang Puck Restaurant, which is cool. But at the top, that's on the first floor. But at the top of the restaurant, they got a rooftop bar. And it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. The views ain't the best, but it's still cool. Kind of, fancy and lavish. I like fancy, lavish shit. You know what I'm saying? Take me to the Ritz-Carlton, Four Seasons, and go to one of them bars and see what the fuck they got going. I like to go in fancy places, so we probably can hit up Georgetown next time. But that was our Saturday, man. It was a good time. I had fun with them niggas, and until next time.